Good morning and welcome to Mario's Perspective USA. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have another show that's going to touch and say some things that a lot of people are not going to like. Just to make sure we're on the same page. We're going to talk about Chicago, all the rioting that's going on in Chicago. It's I see it on TV. I hear the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, and the new mayor-elect Johnson talk about how we got to resolve this. Well, when you hear the mainstream media, they're saying a lot of young teens are rioting and they're jumping on cars and they're breaking windows and they're stealing merchandise. And that's true. What they're not saying, what they're afraid to say, is that about 90% of these young teens, the mayor, Lori, calls them children, are black. They're black Americans. They're out of control. I would say they're 95%. Okay. This is what's going on in Chicago. The black community, their teens, are out of control. But the main media don't want to say this. So, as a representative of the Hispanic community, because I speak for the Hispanic community, especially the Mexican American community, if this was the Mexican American community, I would be saying a lot of bad things about my community. Because you got to call a spade a spade. I don't see any black leaders. The mayor-elect and the mayor have no choice. They have to say something. Okay? But I'm talking about, this is Jesse Jackson country. Jesse Jackson Jr. country. Obama country. I don't see those people stepping out to a plate and saying, this is wrong what the black community is doing. They're teens. Okay, they're underage, a lot of them, according to the media. Okay? But if you're 17, how many Americans at age 17 went to World War II? Let's be honest. Let's talk about that. Okay? So being 16, 17 is no excuse. You do not have the right to go break other people's businesses' windows or take their merchandise. Because that's rioting. No, that's being a thief. Those are criminals. We have to say what it is. Some people say it's not nice. It's being too harsh on these people. I think most law-abiding citizens in Chicago are fed up. Democratic cities are turning into garbage. And garbage is bad. It's not right. Okay? So, where are the parents of these teens? There's a curfew now. 6 p.m. You cannot be in certain spots of Chicago without a parent. I don't see any parents. Okay? This is chaotic. This is criminal. I would call it domestic terrorism done by the black community. Why? Because every community, whether you're white, whether you're Hispanic, whether you're Asian, whatever your community, you must abide by the law. What gives you the right to jump on cars, break windows, steal merchandise? What gives you the right? You know, 2 kids were shot. The police is outnumbered. They are. The mayors of Chicago, Lori that's leaving, was the worst mayor in the history. Even Al Capone wasn't that vicious downtown Chicago. Let's be honest. So a lot of businesses that are concerned. There was people in restaurants that didn't want to leave because it was unsafe with the riots going on, with the looting. There was people getting hurt just because they're walking on the sidewalk. Had nothing to do with this. Why is this happening? You know, the curfew's not going to work. I would put the National Guard. People say, well, maybe you shouldn't put the National Guard outside. There's no law and order. Chicago looks like if it's an African country. Chaotic. Okay. And I'm not racist. Let's get that perfectly clear. But I'm tired of hearing the black community using the race card. It's too much. We need law and order in Chicago. We need law and order in Baltimore. We need law and order in Oakland, California, and in many parts. This is the United States of America. Okay? So, there's got to be a solution. What has the President of the United States, the guy I voted for, which I regret, and I will vote for Donald J. Trump. We need something different. Democrats don't work. And I think a lot of people in the United States are beginning to realize, it's mind-boggling what happened with Budweiser. The 1%, less than 1%, want to impose their will. I was seeing an old interview by a reporter from CNN talking to a president of Kenya about homosexuality. It's none of their damn business. If it's illegal in that country or not, who the hell cares? Americans have got to start being more concerned about our country, not what other countries are doing. And this is very, very important. We got to start electing people to office, to public office, that are going to do the work. This ridiculous bullshit of defunding the police by the Democratic Party was, just to think about, just to say it, is ridiculous. Tell me, what's it going to take to have peace in Chicago? Because what happens in Chicago will happen in Phoenix, will happen in LA, will happen in Oakland, will happen in Portland, in Seattle. Monkey see, monkey do. This has got to stop. And all those NFL players from the black community who are very good to talk about the race card, they got to protest and say, this has got to stop. It's the right thing to do. In the words of our famous President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, ask what you can do for your country and not what the country can do for you. We need to change. We're human beings. But if everybody starts calling a spade, these kind of acts will stop. And if we start saying to all the professional athletes, no matter if they're boxers or they're football players or baseball players or soccer players, to get involved, this will stop. If not, it will continue. What is wrong with this new United States of America?